Hello everyone, this is Ozzy. Speaking to you from outside. I've got my hands on a bunch of awesome new ports for the PS Vita, and I'm going to have to do it outside because I tried to film this before with all the ports indoors, and apparently you all didn't believe me. You thought I was just remoting in and remote playing the games, so I had to come outside. And if you see, I am well aware from any indoor internet or anything like that, so I can show you these ports for real and how good they are on the PS Vita. Let me fire it up, give me a sec. Alright, so I've got my PS Vita here. Look at all these amazing games. Okay, now the way I access these new ports is actually through Vita Shell. It's a new program I've developed. If I didn't say before, I'm actually a former developer. I've just retired. I was 12 years in the industry with one of the big companies, and yeah, I've managed to kind of just get my hands on a lot of these favorite games that I want to play on mine. And if anyone knows anything about making a good port these days, is compression. If you understand compression, you can understand how to make these games. Anyway, I've actually got a program that I made that's kind of only accessible. Listen, you know what? I might just go straight into the games and then I'll tell you how I did it all at the end of the video, because I'm pretty sure you just want to see how these games run. Alright, we'll fast forward. Alright, first one up is a pretty simple one. It is Turok's game that I wanted to have on the N64, but apparently the little emulator doesn't do it. I'll let you know that this is a very easy game to port. Wish I could do this on, change the controls a bit more. It's not the best way to shoot, but fuck it, this seems to run pretty good. Pretty happy with this one. Yeah, we only do this quickly. That Turok, he got the key. Okay, next one up is Doom 3. Let me go back into a previous loaded game. This one kind of kicked it all off. I saw someone did a half build of this, and I thought I could make it a lot better. So look at it. Look at the lighting on this thing. Looks fantastic. It's really dark. I don't know if you can see it all. Oh shit. But you know, AI runs pretty well. The shading, the compression's hardly noticeable. Oh shit, what was that? But yeah, no, Doom 3 runs pretty well. You've got to use the back controls a little bit, which I'm not too worried about. I think it's fine. Anyway, so Doom 3, the whole game in its entirety runs pretty good. You could probably see it better if this was in a darkened room, but you've made me do it outside. Oh, hello. Shit. Shit. Anyway, I can play this game all day, but we've got a whole bunch of games to get through, so let's jump on to the next one. Here we go. Look at Skyrim. Skyrim runs beautifully. Didn't take me long to actually get this game running on the PS Vita. Had to do a lot of things with, making sure that there were no pop-ins, that run fantastically, that the worlds rolled up pretty well. But it's all about figuring out the logger algorithms and logging in just certain kinds of compression and ways to kind of patch it in, But yeah, as you can see, it looks like it's running pretty good. Talk to that guy. Water effects I'm particularly proud of. Yeah, let's just have a little walk through Skyrim. Talk to these people. Let me just get my sword out here and just start swinging. But water effects, that's what I wanted to show you. Look at these water effects. Now, am I not a master, or am I not a master? Just look at that, it looks fantastic. For the PS Vita to hold this much power, a lot of people underrated it. Alright, as you can see, I've gone outside. It's outside of Whiterun. still running pretty good. And I did an early version of this, and it pumped out at a couple of stages, but look at this is running fantastically. Fully confident that you can play through the entirety of the game with very little glitches or pumps on the PS Vita, and it looks fantastic, I gotta say. Let's go explore Skyrim! But we've still got more ports on the way, so let's go to the next port. I want to find more people. Alright, now I know you're pretty stunned at what you're looking at right now, but yes, I'm going to try Gran Turismo 7. Now, the first time I tried this, it didn't go so well. This is a massive game. A lot bigger undertaking than I thought it was going to be, but I do love the GT series, and I'm determined, and I really think that it can work. I've made a couple of tweaks, and I've tried to compress as much as I can. But yeah, let's see how we go. The fun thing is, I was actually able to load a lot of previous stuff onto this. So, geez, they love their intros. They love an intro. Come on. Oh, looking good. Looking good. Oh, hello. We're going to race start. Bit of music. Looks fantastic. And here we go. GT series. Oh, nice. I'm liking this. This is, oh shit. Sorry, I'm gonna focus on my racing. But no, this is looking really good. I think I've outdone myself with this one. This was the difficult one. All the other ones were pretty easy. Now I'm just going to start passing some people. I think we can successfully say that Gran Turismo 7 works fantastically on the PS Vita. I could win this race. I can't because I'm actually running out of light, and I want to go to another location just to show that I'm not doing it all from one location as you people might think. Alright, so let's go to a new location and do some more ports. We've got even bigger ports than this one if you find that hard to believe. But here we go. The next game we've got here is Resident Evil 3. This is the remake, not the old Resident Evil 3, so you'd be impressed to see that's got the new age graphics. Now, I tried to get Resident Evil 4, but it's a bit early into, it's being released, but I'm sure it won't take too long. Probably give me, I don't know, another couple of days I can probably get it going. But let's see how Resident Evil 3 tracks, and so far it's looking pretty good. Now, I know on the screen it looks really green, but that's just the computer, no, I mean not the computer, the camera dealing with the greens in the background there. So this actually looks a whole lot better on screen right now. I can't hear what he's saying, but let's see how this game goes. I haven't actually played this game through yet, but it does look fantastic. Alright, Carlos. I'm not coming. So using the touchscreens here is R3 and whatever else. Handles pretty good. This is another pretty easy one, I have to say. Once you know the code, you know how to compress, everything else just basically follows suit, and the game does itself. So I would say another successful port. Okay, here's the next one. This is Grand Theft Auto Vice City, the definitive version. Now, I know this one's not too impressive. This does actually go on consoles, but I just enjoy these old games, these PS2, PS3 era games. I prefer playing them not on the big TV anymore, because obviously you got the PS5, which you can play PS5 games which have all the graphics in that, and anything else seems just a bit cheaper, and I don't know, you don't necessarily feeling like playing on the couch, but on the PS Vita they look fantastic and handles very well. So I don't know, I like playing these nostalgic games on the PS Vita rather than on the PS TV, and I love these games. Alright, here's the next one. Modern Warfare 2. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Everyone knows this game. This is one of my favorites. From the PS3 era, and there was also a remastered version which I've tried to incorporate here, but looks like it's playing well. But yeah, this one is one of my favorite games. It's easily the best Call of Duty in many ways. Oh. Shit, starting to rain. I'm going to have to get on with more ports here. As much as... Oops, which one? I shot the wrong one. Anyway, it's starting to rain. Let me... Sorry, gonna get into another port. Alright, it's getting super dark out here and my camera's failing. But, here's another one. This is Bioshock. I'm going to have to run through these last little ports, and yes, once again, don't worry about the green on the screen. That is actually just the camera I'm using, and it's at night time. Not sure why it's doing that, but yeah, it looks really good on the screen if you can see it with me. Whoa, yeah, Bioshock of course runs perfectly. Very early in the game, but yeah, there's another port. Let this run through for a little bit, just so you know I'm not recording anything or anything like that. Zap-de-dap. Yeah, the only annoying one about this is that I have to use the touch screens. If I use the triggers, it actually just changes weapons, so I'm going to work on that. But otherwise, looks very, very good. High def, 60 frames per second. Yeah, not much to hate about this one. Okay, here's another one. This is Devil May Cry 3. Long have I wanted it, Devil May Cry to be on the PS Vita, and now it is. Bloody work of my hand. This character looks crazy. Anyway, skip the cutscene. No, I do not want to customize. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting invested in this game. Devil May Cry running perfectly, just like it should be. Anyway, next port. Plane flying overhead, and another port. Here we go. This is LA Noire. This is similar GTA. You're a cop and you're solving detective cases. This time I'm working an arson. I've been playing this game, but this game is actually fantastic. Fantastic characters, fantastic animations, little story. The only thing is that the world's so big, a lot of it is underutilized. In many ways, a bit of an underutilized game. Alright, Cole Phelps. Where are we going? Oh, we already got it. Here we go. This one's a bit different. It's got, world loading around you, all these little characters, and everything else seems to do pretty well on the PS Vita. Whoops, sorry, a little distraction. But the PS Vita, yes, it is that powerful. Just have to utilize it. And what was the word I used before? Compression. You compress this game the right way, you can play it, and although it may not be in 1080p, it actually on this smaller screen kind of works out. So it actually looks fantastic on the smaller screen. Put it on a bigger screen, maybe it wouldn't look as good. But Plays fantastically. The controls on this one are good. I'm using the triggers for the drive. Yeah. Alright, this might be the final port, but this is Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes. Which one do I want? Yeah, another one that seems to be working well. This is not as big as some of the other games, but it is just as impressive. This is another next-gen game. Shit, I've forgotten the controls. There we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. But look, you know, I've got water effects going here. Oh, lighting effects fantastically. And it's Metal Gear Solid Snake. Oh, shit. Anyway, that is another port that I have put together, and now I'm going to tell you how I did it all. So finally, how do you get to play all these awesome games on the PS Vita? Well, the program that you're going to want to download is... You've already downloaded it. Yes, it was Remote Play. I remote played all those games by hotspotting the internet from this little phone, this crappy little out-of-date phone. I think it's an iPhone 6 or 7. It doesn't even have the fastest internet available. It only runs on 3G, maybe 4G. But yeah, I did basically all those games. I played all over town on pretty average internet using Remote Play with my PS4. And yeah, this video is basically to show you how good Remote Play is. Yes, I live in Australia, we don't have the greatest internet, but the connection speed was absolutely flawless today. I've played all those games without any interruption, and I also played other games like Callisto Protocol, 100 meters underground in a train station, which I showed you before in another video, and also later tonight I actually played Horizon Forbidden West at work, whilst I had a bit of time to spare, and you can see there the connection, even as I'm operating the phone, is pretty damn good. Yeah, the only place I've found that you won't be able to get the best connection is sometimes on a train when you go through tunnels. Throughout most of the train is fine, even when you go underground it's fine. Just through tunnels there seems to be a bit of an issue. But, you know, and of course planes. You can't do it on planes, which is a bit of a bother, but I've also heard that there are some planes with high-speed internet, so if you come across that, then you're fine. So yeah, the PlayStation Vita can play basically any game on the PS4, any game at all, really. So you've got a whole nother library that you can just connect to within 30 seconds, and it's actually a better way to play these games. I know a lot of people saying, oh, well, Switch, you can actually put it on the game. Well, I'm here to tell you that Remote Play may be better than playing it on your device. Why? Well, here's 4 quick reasons. Number 1, it is the actual whole game. It's the best version of the game. It's not some watered down version that's been compressed and made to fit in this little Steam device or whatever, but it's the actual game that you're playing from your PS4 to the system. It looks great. It operates with all the bells and whistles that you could want. You're just playing it on a different device, and it's playing seamlessly. You might have to change around the controls, but you know, you're getting the best version of the game. 2, I played for about 2 hours, 3 hours today. It only used it only went down to 70% battery. If you're playing on the Steam Deck, you're smashing through the battery. You're probably only getting about an hour's worth playing one of those AAA titles. With the Vita, you can play for freaking hours and hours, and the battery will only slowly drain because it's only using the screen. It's not using internal operations or more of the power of it needs. It's just using this as a second screen. And yeah, you can play for longer basically. So you can play the better games, the better versions of the games for longer. Another thing is, number 3, storage. You're not wasting the whole device, and these are smaller devices with limited storage capability. You're not clogging up with all these big files because of these huge games. You're just using it from your PS4, so it's actually, using no space at all to play these huge titles. And yeah, that's pretty damn good, especially when I'm always trying to delete and get rid of save games and other games whenever I add something else to this, because I've just packed it so tight with games. To play all my favorite PS4 games on the go without having to chop and change anything is pretty damn marvelous. And number 4, it's better to play remote play, because if you're playing at home and you want to go, you didn't get to finish your game, you pick up the Vita, you keep going, you can play that same game as you go. You're connected to your PS4, your home system, which means that you don't have to have a separate game on your home system and the Vita, like a Steam Deck. So you start up a whole new game on The Witcher on home or on your Steam Deck. It's the same thing. You get all the same accomplishments. You can continue your game that you were playing before. It's just a much better way to play games and continue games rather than having separate games on separate devices, not linked at all. This way you can link them. You can change around the controls. You can do whatever you want. Remote play is awesome. Now, I've brought up remote play. You're probably thinking, what do you think of the latest rumors of another PS Vita 2, another Sony handheld that is focusing purely on remote play, this time with a PS5? Well, I think that's fantastic, first of all. If you can see just how well it works on the PS Vita, when the technology eventually caught up to it and the internet speeds caught up to it, you can see how much fun you can have. And with the PS5, it's probably going to be even better, even though I think the connection speeds at this moment I can't seem, I don't think you need to get any better, but I can see this new device doing it a lot better. But that said, you still need to have games on the actual device if you run into bad internet somewhere, if there is no internet. Otherwise the device is useless. You still need to be able to download games to the system. Now, the way I think is a good way around this, and that will keep everyone happy, is to have the entire libraries of PS2, PS1, PS3 if you can, and Vita and PSP available to download to the system. You do that. If you have people saying, oh yeah, I can download my favorite PS2 games and play it on the go when I'm not remote playing, yeah, that system is going to sell like hotcakes. That's all you got to do. Library's there. Do whatever you can to just enable it, get people to buy it on their digital store. You don't have to have original copies, but give that the new system a bit of memory and bit of storage space, and yeah, people will flock to this new device. But yeah, remote play is fantastic. If you're wondering how to get your system connected to your PS4, you got a little cable that the PS Vita comes with. You just connect that to your PS4, switch both systems on, they should sync up, and then you're good to go. Take it out, hotspot it to your phone. Like I said, I've got pretty average internet and it runs pretty well. 4G, 5G, if you've got 5G, it's probably going to run even better than what I've got going these days. But yeah, that's basically how to play those games on your PS Vita. Another reason why the PS Vita is the greatest handheld of all time and completely demolishes the Steam Deck. And yeah, that's about it. I'll see you later.